Hey, Cale.
Hey,
How are you?
how are you?
I'm good, I'm good. Thank you. Alors, bonjour à tous et bienvenue à cette disponibilité média du Rocket de Laval. Good day, everyone, and welcome to this Laval Rocket media availability. Today, we have defenseman Cale Fleury joining us. The first question will go to Herb Zurkowski, the Montreal Gazette. Herb, you're up.
Great. Thanks, Charles. And hey, Cale, nice to see you again. Thanks for your time. I guess we spoke about a month ago and the Canadians, pardon me, the Canadians had just sent you down from the taxi squad. Now here we are a month later. Just give us an update where you think you are. At least you're playing regularly again, and where do you feel you are in this season of development?
It's been good. Like you said, just getting back playing regularly. I think our team, especially this year, has been really good, and we've been developing a lot as a team as well as individuals. So I feel like I'm in a pretty good spot right now, being here and just getting better every day.
What do you think the difference is in this team this season, as it matures and develops a little more? The one thing that I've noticed is this team has avoided so far long losing streaks. So what's the difference?
I feel like after we have a tough game or just not our best, maybe come out a little bit flat. We've been really mature as a group, like you said, just to bounce back and kind of stop those before they kind of get into a slide. Kind of something the coach said this morning is like we're kind of a team that can almost coach ourselves. We can see what's going on the ice and in the room. So we come together as a group like that and just stop in its tracks.
Look, you played 41 games for Montreal last season. You didn't look out of place. I'm not telling you anything that you don't already know. You must feel like you're ready for the NHL. Is it difficult, even at a young age, to take a step back?
Obviously, I want to be in the NHL. It's what I want to do for a living, and it's what I've dreamed about doing growing up. But I think for me, I just need to focus on the days ahead of me. Kind of just take it one day at a time. Just do the best I can here, and if I do that, things will take care of themselves.
Yeah, and just finally, of course, Ben suffered the broken hand this week. Have you heard from anybody up above about any potential openings due to the injury? And what are your thoughts about that? I mean, even if they called you up now, potentially it would be back on the taxi squad, and I'm guessing you'd rather be with Laval playing regularly. But I don't want to put words into your mouth.
Obviously, you don't want to see guys get hurt like that. I saw he's going back to Montreal to get reevaluated and everything like that, but I haven't heard anything from the organization. And as far as what I can do, I just got to, like I said before, I just got to focus on what I'm doing here. I can't really let that get too much in my head. It'll kind of just mess up what I got going on.
Amy Johnson.
Thanks, Charles. Good morning, Cale.
Good morning.
Kind of just one additional point on your game and how you've developed. You've never been shy to have that physical side of your game. You laid that big hit on Igor Sokolov on Wednesday night. How do you feel, focusing on that physical side of the game while it's very rare to find you in the penalty box at the same time? So you stay disciplined, but have that physical edge to your game. How do you feel that helps you in your progression to getting back to the NHL?
I feel like when I'm playing physical like that, it just kind of helps the rest of my game. Maybe if it's guys are maybe a little intimidated, I can have more time with the puck, or I've been known for throwing reverse hits and stuff like that. So guys sometimes will take it easier on me if they know my style of play like that. But I think just playing physical gets me into the game more as well. Just kind of gets me more focused. And yeah.
Excellent. And then just lastly, tonight is the first time that you guys face the Marlies this year. It's been a long time of playing already, and you haven't faced Toronto, and they've got some pretty decent scoring power on that forward core. So what areas of the game do you think, both from the back end and also just team wide, that you guys really need to focus on tonight to come out with 2 points?
I think if we stick to our structure of not playing a running gun style, I think that would benefit us. They're obviously a team with a lot of offense. They kind of always have been since I've been in the league. They've been good in the power play and just really good off the rush. So I think for us, if we just stick to our systems and track back hard and break out as a group, it'll be good.
Excellent. Thanks, Cole.
Thank you, Amy. And thanks, Cale. There's no further question. We
Right,
will be
thank you.
back with head coach Joël Bouchard in 10 minutes. Merci.
Photo en arrière.
De retour avec Joël Bouchard. La première question, Herb Zurkowski.
Merci, Charles. Hey, good to see you again, Joel.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Good. I'm not sure how many questions Charles will let me get in here, but I've been offered.
They're a good one. We can give you another one bonus.
Okay, I appreciate
Like
that.
a player, he scored a goal in practice, we give them a bonus.
I appreciate that. Listen, I know coaches like to identify their seasons. They like to break their seasons up into 5-game segments, 10-game segments. This team has now played 10 games. Where do you think, I mean, Belzile the other night was talking about the identity, that the team returned to its identity. So what do you feel? You must have a good feel after 10 games. What is the identity? What do you like about this team?
Well, without getting in specific, is all the hard work we put in the first 2 years. Remember, we're talking about the process. Remember me talking about it all the time? Well, now we're in the process, meaning that we are a step ahead to where we were. I don't need to talk to the guy too much anymore. In a way that they know what the expectation are, they know what the standard are, they know where we stand as a coaching staff, because we have a relationship with so many players. And then the one that add on, it's getting contagious a little bit. So right now it's about staying humble about our performance. It's about replicating those performance and that mindset day in, day out, shift in, shift out. It's easy after a game like last game to fall complacent in my job and with good teams. And when I coached in junior and we had good team, it was about going back and going back and going back, which I've been seeing since the beginning of the year. But it's kind of what we're talking about. Is they know the answer. I show them, I put video now, I just put question mark. What should you do? What should you do? What should you do? They have the answer. They have the plan. Now it's for us to execute. There's no gray area. So that's where we are versus maybe the first 2 years where 92 players, we're rotating. It's the AHL. It's tough. But we feel right now we have a foundation.
This is your first week on the road after playing, of course, the 8 games at home. I know you traveled Monday to Ottawa, the day of the game. It's kind of like going back to your junior hockey roots. But how has the team reacted, do you feel, to being on the road?
Well, Monday wasn't very good. We talked about it. We'll learn from it. It was not a catastrophe, but it was not the standard that we have. So we reset, we reevaluated, and we went back at it next game. So obviously there'll be an adjustment. Just set a schedule and all the constraint we have for the Western trip. Good luck. Like, this is what it is. No skate, no ice available for 2 days for us. Like, we get, obviously, and it's okay. It's the NHL that is a priority. It's the same thing at the Bell Center. We have to adjust our ice with the Habs and the visiting team with the protocol. So there's nothing usual about this season. Our job is to keep everybody in check and focus on the job we need to do. So it's going to be different. There's going to be a curveball. But to be honest, being in the playoff, there will be curveball. There will be changes. There will be stuff that's going to happen. And our job is to make sure we give them the tools so they can be ready if they get the call to the NHL or as they go further in their career. So obviously, a lot of curveball there, and they need to prepare differently, but that's our job.
Can you attribute Monday's performance to the fact that the team hadn't played in over a week?
Well, it's never one thing. It's 9 days without playing. It's travel the day of the game. It's a new building. It's, not getting maybe the same preparation as you have. But again, like I said, yeah, they're reality. They're not excuses in a way that we could be better and we could learn from that. So it's going to happen. I mean, you could be, in the situation where it's a must win and you won't always have everything you want. Our job is to work with the player to give them all they need. And then after that, they need to execute. So, yeah, of course it was. We looked like a team that didn't play for 9 days, but that's behind for me. I like our bounce back performance on Wednesday. And now let's see how we do. It's always about, I want to see how they react. We're in the process of, working with the players. So what happened? Doesn't matter to me. Let's see how we react.
It's been about a month since we spoke to Cale Fleury just after he had been reassigned to Laval. Now a month later, has he been playing the way you anticipated? You
got injured? You got injured. So missed a couple of games, and then we had the layoff. I'm on Cale right now. It's been a year where he was up in the NHL, didn't play much, came with us, played 14 games, COVID, doesn't play. Like, it's a lot of moving part for him the last, 24 months and more. So I'm seeing a lot of good things. I like Cale. We all agree, and I like him a lot. Now I want consistency, and that's what I'm on top of him for. It's not about him having the high moment. We do know he can have those high moments. It's to have those high moments often, So it's all about consistency. That was the message to the player today. Everybody can have a good day. Everybody can have a good game. Everybody can do well at one moment. That's why athlete can win a gold medal in the Olympic on one day. And that's why sometimes a guy's first game in NHL or third game, he's having a hat trick. Yeah, that's great. Let's see where you are down the road. Let's say after 40 games, after 150 games, after 200 games. Can your game progress? Can you be consistent? So that's why we're working with Cale. And that being said, it's not against him. It's about what happened with the COVID, with, being up, being down. Like, let's get some stability. Let's get his game in order often.
Thank you, Herb. La prochaine question, Anthony Marcotte.
Salut Joël, dis-moi donc, comment se passe votre premier voyage sur la route avec toutes les contraintes? Ça se passe bien pour vous?
Oui, les gars, une bonne attitude. C'est tout dans l'attitude. Tu sais, tout ce qui arrive depuis le début de l'année avec l'organisation, que ce soit avec la COVID, avec les changements, avec tout, c'est tout comment tu approches dans la vie. Tu as une attitude de chialeux, tu as une attitude de négatif. Bad things are going to happen. Tu as une bonne attitude, tu embraces les challenges, tu es content. Tu fais ta job, tu restes focus sur ce que tu as à faire, les bonnes choses devraient arriver. Ce ne sera pas parfait tout le temps, mais je considère que les gars ont une bonne attitude. Le staff a une bonne attitude. On comprend que c'est la réalité. Moi, j'entends un gars chialer, là, il ne chialera pas deux fois. On a tous nos réalités comme coach, comme joueur, comme staff, à cause de la COVID, à cause de notre réalité. Fait que je pense qu'on fait juste plus aimer le challenge que ça nous apporte pour être bon sur la glace.
Il y a Gustav Olofsson qui a quitté. Comment tu comptes le remplacer dans la formation?
Ben, Nate Albert, qui était très bon l'an passé, va jouer. Là. Nate est très bon dans les pratiques aussi dernièrement. Fait qu'on va rentrer Nate. C'est la réalité. On va retourner à la maison. On va voir ce qui va arriver. Dans le cas d'Olofsson, il faut comprendre qu'il quitte l'équipe, mais c'est vraiment pour des raisons exceptionnelles à cause de la COVID aussi, parce que sa femme, qui est américaine, reste au Québec un peu seul parce que les familles ne peuvent pas venir à cause des quarantaines et tout. Et dans l'Amérique, il y a une logistique qui est complètement différente aussi pour les gens qui vont avoir un enfant. Et puis, il ne peut pas vraiment briser la bulle, mais il peut aider aussi sa femme. Fait qu'on comprend la situation. Et ça, c'était prévu depuis le début. Là. C'est pas Olofsson qui a décidé, bon, ben là, je vous laisse tomber. Loin de là, au contraire. Il était avec nous autres. On avait un protocole aussi durant les matchs à Ottawa. Si quelque chose était pour arriver avec son nouveau-né. Fait qu'on est avec lui là-dedans. T'sais, c'est plus grand que le hockey. Là. C'est d'autres choses. Fait que là, il va avoir la chance de jouer. Puis ça, moi, c'est la Ligue américaine. Je suis habitué là, de jouer aux cartes.
Tu disais en début de semaine qu'on était rendu à l'étape de la saison. Tu voulais donner un peu plus de rythme à Caden Primo. Est-ce qu'il va garder les deux encore ce soir?
Oui, Caden va être devant le filet ce soir.
All right, coach, merci.
Merci.
Stéphane Leroux.
Merci. Deux, trois petites affaires, Joël. Premièrement, Fleury en ce moment, là, il est mieux avec vous autres que d'être sur le taxi squad puis pas jouer. Là. C'est ça la philosophie de l'organisation face à lui? Là?
Ben, c'est pas à moi à répondre à cette question-là. Mais ceci étant dit, je pense que la stabilité en ce moment pour Cale, c'est très bon. Puis c'est pas contre lui, là, comme j'ai expliqué tantôt en anglais. Le gars a commencé en Ligue nationale à l'Italie dans les estrades. Il est revenu avec nous autres, a joué 14 matchs. La COVID est arrivée. Il n'a pas joué l'an passé. Il s'en vient avec nous autres. Il se blesse. Je veux dire, à un moment donné, il y a des choses qui sont en son contrôle. Il y a des choses qui ne le sont pas. Puis là, ce que je recherche avec... Je sais comment il peut jouer. Tout le monde le sait comment j'aime Cale. Je l'aime beaucoup sur la glace et en dehors de la glace. Les 2 dernières années ont été challenging pour lui comme pour d'autres. Mais peut-être les deux qui, je te dirais, qui étaient le plus... Les 2 joueurs que je vois que leur situation a été vraiment un challenge, c'est Teasdale et lui. Le manque de jeu, pour différentes raisons. Fait que dans le cas de Cale, c'est la constance. Tu sais, comme le dernier match, c'est lequel que je veux. Le match d'avant, c'était pas lequel que je veux. Puis j'ai toujours été transparent avec lui, puis il sait comment je suis en arrêt de lui. Mais ma job, c'est de le pousser à avoir des performances avec beaucoup de constance, puis avoir une présence. Tu sais, pour moi, là, même, c'est des joueurs, ces deux gars-là, qui ont une rareté de présence physique en 2021 sur le bord des bandes, présence physique dans leur bataille 1 contre 1, un effet qui peut rendre l'autre équipe un peu hors de eux parce qu'ils sont tellement physiques. Fait que, tu sais, c'est des gars qu'il faut qu'ils soient constants, par exemple. Tout le temps constant, puis ça vient avec jouer des matchs.
Historiquement, je sais que c'était moins pire l'an passé, mais Toronto, ça n'a jamais été facile pour le Rocket historiquement. C'est une bonne rivalité pour vous autres. Si tu parles du match de ce soir, point de vue strictement hockey, là, si on met la COVID de côté, puis tout ça, puis on joue au hockey contre Toronto à soir, c'est un bon challenge.
Oui, c'est un bon challenge. Tu as raison. Je trouve que la première année, évidemment, il faut aussi regarder, Stéphane, la logique aussi. Là, c'est des clubs pactés Toronto à toutes les années, puis c'est bien correct. Nous autres, on aimait ça. Tu sais, je regardais les aliments les 2 premières années. Tu sais, la première année, surtout, c'était comme on avait une bonne gang de gars travaillants, mais tu sais, il y avait beaucoup de talent. Puis souvent, je trouvais qu'on était collectivement la meilleure équipe, mais malheureusement, il nous manquait peut-être le lancer ou un arrêt à la fin du match. L'année passée, j'ai trouvé que là, c'était complètement... ça revenait beaucoup plus 50-50. À la fin de l'année, on les a complètement contrôlés pendant des matchs. Fait que ça, c'est le fun. Fait que je vois une progression depuis 2 ans contre une équipe qui va acheter beaucoup de joueurs à haut prix, qui lui donne beaucoup de place aux joueurs de talent, ce qui est super. Mais pour nous autres, c'était tout été le challenge. Puis encore ce soir, ça va être la même chose. Fait que moi, je trouve ça super. Tu sais, je suis encore en développement, moi. Fait que tu as raison que c'est le fun de jouer contre une équipe différente. Puis une équipe avec beaucoup de talent comme Toronto, voir comment on va réagir, comment nos gars vont s'ajuster. Fait que c'est le fun pour le coach d'évaluer comment on va continuer à grandir ensemble. Tu as raison, depuis 2 ans, moi, je vois vraiment qu'il y a une progression contre des équipes, puis aussi la qualité de nos joueurs. Il faut le dire, Stéphane, la qualité de nos joueurs depuis 2 ans, depuis la première année. Tu sais, j'ai des jeunes que je fais jouer sur des premiers trios. Je n'avais pas ce luxe-là la première année. Rien enlevé contre les gars qui étaient des bons gars, mais tranquillement, notre style de jeu, puis le personnel évolue, puis les performances sont là. C'est pour ça que la barre est toujours plus haute.
Une petite dernière, vite. Caden Goulet commence sa saison junior ce soir. C'est quoi l'impact que ça va avoir d'avoir joué avec vous, d'avoir passé du temps avec vous quand il revient dans un niveau comme le junior?
Bien, le danger pour l'avoir été en junior longtemps, Steph, tu le sais, c'est que le gars veut trop en faire. Okay. Là, il devient comme un peu, parce qu'il est plus vieux aussi. Et dans le cas de Goulet, je considère que sa maturité, sa façon de jouer va faire qu'il va être correct, va être confortable. Regarde, je ne me suis pas caché, là, je l'adore. Là, j'aime le potentiel, mais j'aime la personne. J'aime l'individu, j'aime le joueur de hockey. Il va être un leader, je suis convaincu. Tu vois des jeunes immatures, des fois, c'était à cet âge-là, puis tu sais, du coup, le junior, tu vois des jeunes un peu mêlés, des gars avec du talent qui n'ont pas toujours... Non, le gars, c'est un package. Là. Sur la glace, en dehors de la glace, là, il est unique. Là. Fait que je ne suis pas trop inquiète pour lui. C'est quelque chose qu'il a besoin de faire. Là. La Ligue de l'Ouest, on continue. Fait qu'il faut que ce gars-là aille sur la glace, mais... Mettons que, en tant qu'entraîneur, j'ai toujours des inquiétudes. Là. Goulet, là, inquiétez-vous pas. Donc, ça prendra le temps que ça prendra, mais il va être correct.
We'll take 2 more questions. We'll go with Amy Johnson. Amy?
Thank you. Good morning, Joel.
Good morning, Amy.
2 quick questions for you. The first, just circling back to Cale Fleury. He had mentioned a few minutes ago, talking about the physical side of his game, that playing physically but staying disciplined in that manner has really worked to his advantage, creating space for himself on the ice, making plays, those types of things. Do you think that that's an important part of his game to remain consistent in developing that physical presence while also getting that 200-foot game going?
That's his color. He doesn't do that, he's useless. He knows that. I mean, I love the guy. I mean, that's who he is. He has to be a presence. Everything else will follow. He has talent. He has tools. Like, he can shoot the puck. He can move the puck. His game revolves about being physical. Everything else will follow. When you try to fix something, or when you look sometimes at, don't look too much. 1 or 2 things and everything else will follow. If you start looking at all the angles of everything in life, you'll get lost in it. Focus on what gets you successful. For me, Cale is a beast. He needs to be a beast. And I'll say it again. There's a unique face to his game in 2021. There's not many guys like that. Look around the NHL, look around minor league, a big right-hand shot defenseman that can hit and hit often, day in, day out, shift in, shift out. There's not many of those guys. But to me, that's the consistency he needs to have. So again, this morning I walked by him and I told him, I'm going to be over you, under you, through you. We're going to work at it. And there's a part that we can't, it's not because he doesn't want to. Like I said earlier, he just hasn't played enough in the last 2 years.
Sure. Finally, tonight facing a team that you haven't played against this season, a team that knows how to score and just got an injection of talent down from the NHL today. What's the biggest things your guys have to focus on tonight?
Well, it's going to be fun to play against a different team like Steph Leroux alluded it. I feel over the years we really progressed against a high skill. Toronto's always put a good team on the ice with high talent NHL player. So I felt, the first year versus the second year, and especially at the end of the year, we had some really strong performance, big win. Like I feel versus skilled team, our process of the way we play and the way we grow as an organization, we've improved a lot. So now let's see how we can manage to play against a team that's a little different. It's a great challenge. I'm excited because, we don't have many games left, and our job is to work on our game individually and collectively, and to be challenged by an opponent that's that talented and that good. I mean, we do have, if you look at our first 10 games, we did have really good performance overall, and now let's try if we can get a good performance versus a different dynamic of a team. So it's exciting. I think it's great that we faced a team that talented tonight.
Merci, Coach.
Thank you, Amy. And last one, Grant McCagg.
Thank you, Charles. Yeah, Joel, I think since the start of the year, we've seen some positive progress from Josh Brook in his overall game. Could you maybe comment a bit on that?
Well, with Josh, it's a process since day one, and I got to say he's been really good at understanding he needs to transform his game maybe from the junior, and he's not the first guy that happens, to be honest. And when I say transform his game is all of a sudden, you have attribute that help you with junior hockey, and you need to have attribute that help you with pro hockey and a style of play. So I feel he's maturing a lot. The adversity got him better. I agree. We set him out a couple of games. We had numbers, and unfortunately, it was on the short end of the stick. And I thought he responded really well. And sometimes guys need that. He needs to keep applying himself to the detail we asked. And I think that the next 26 game or so that we have left for him are so important in his and getting good performance like that, to build his confidence and to be wiser and more comfortable as a veteran in the pro hockey.
Bisson comes into the lineup after not playing the first month or whatever it was, and I thought he's looked pretty comfortable.
Sorry, who did you talk about?
Toby Bisson, Paquette Bisson.
Yeah, okay.
He's looked pretty comfortable. Seems to have good mobility. Can you maybe expand a bit on the strengths of his game?
Wow, yeah, obviously he's a guy I know. I mean, I coached him for 2 years in junior. It's one of the reasons why we wanted to have him. He was 2 years in the East Coast League doing very well. And he's a first of all, everything that happened to him is not luck, just so we're clear. He's checked his box. He knows how to win. He works hard. He's dedicated. He doesn't cut corner. He's a professional. He knows how to play, and he knows how we expect him to play. So he's in very comfortable territory. Same thing with Albert last year when coming from McGill, Albert played great with us at the end of the year. And that doesn't mean that, it's success guaranteed, but he is comfortable in the ice because he knows the expectation. He knows where the bar is. He's a great skater. He's strong. He needs to keep it simple. He needs to be defending like he was, and moving the puck like he was. And let's let him, it's going to be a great challenge for him tonight versus a very high skilled team. We're very proud of him. And I mean, everybody's talking to me about Tabi between you and I. Like a lot of people tell me, holy cow, like Tabi. Not that surprised. That's one we got him here. But the whole month he wasn't playing. He didn't cut one corner. And every time I went and talked to him, I said, you'll have your chance. And you know what he said to me? I'll be ready. And it's one thing to talk, but you have to do your homework. And that doesn't mean that Tabi's not going to have struggle. It doesn't mean that, he's going to be, perfect all the time. But that's what we did over the last 2 years is getting guys with attitude, that compete, that have character, and then you put them in lineup and they're ready. And, you don't have many chances into pro hockey. Some guys, because they're higher draft picks, sometimes they have a little more chances. But a guy like Tabi come in on a minor league deal, you don't have many chances to have a first impression, and he's done well for himself. We're proud of him.
Merci beaucoup, coach. C'est ce
Merci.
qui complète la disponibilité média de ce matin. Bonne journée à tous. Merci.